Hey everybody, welcome to Mad Backyard. Today we're going to show you how to smoke a whole turkey in an electric smoker. We're going to show you how we season and dry brine it overnight, set up the electric smoker to cook it, and how we finish it to get juicy meat and crispy skin. Try to find a smaller turkey so that it fits easily in your electric smoker. The one we're doing today is only about 10.5 pounds. Thaw and rinse the turkey and remove the neck and any giblet bags from inside the cavity. Pat it dry with some paper towels and place it on a V-rack over a large rectangular pan. Ideally, you want to season the turkey the night before you smoke it. This is known as dry brining and will give the salt more time to work its way into the meat and also draw moisture out of the skin so it can get more crispy as we cook it. You can use kosher salt or a barbecue rub with salt already in it. Today we're using Famous Dave's chicken rub. It's one of our favorite seasonings to use on chicken and turkey. It's not too sweet and has a good savory flavor of garlic and onion. You don't need to use cooking oil to get the rub to stick. This will actually inhibit the skin from getting crispy later on. Just sprinkle the rub all over the turkey and inside the cavity and rub it on until it sticks. Then place the turkey back on the V-rack and put it in the refrigerator uncovered to dry brine overnight. The next day, start up your electric smoker and set the temperature to 275 degrees. This is typically the highest temperature you can set on a Masterbuilt electric smoker. Once the smoker's up to 275, you can add your wood chips. Today we're using apple wood because we like the way that it pairs with the flavor of turkey. Another great option if you're using a Masterbuilt electric smoker is the Masterbuilt slow smoker accessory. You can get this and it just attaches right on the side of the smoker like this. It replaces the tube that we normally load wood chips in. The tube only holds enough to give you about half an hour of wood smoke at a time, and then you have to keep loading more and dumping more in. The nice thing with the slow smoker attachment is it hooks onto that same opening, but it has this wood chip loading tube here. So you can fill this whole thing with wood chips. It's got a little grate on the bottom, and the wood chips butt right up against a heating element on the bottom of the slow smoker accessory. So you fill this up with wood chips, you turn it on, and then it will run for about 6 hours of continuous smoke. The nice thing about having a separate heating element on the slow smoker itself is that you could technically leave the Masterbuilt off, like if you were cold smoking cheese or something on a cold day. Just put the cheese in here, run this, it'll heat the wood chips and send smoke through without necessarily heating up whatever you're cooking. But if you're doing a pork butt or a brisket or something where you want hours and hours of smoke, it's a great accessory to add on. I highly recommend it if you're going to be using your electric smoker a lot. I'll put a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out. We took the turkey out of the refrigerator. You can see that the skin has dried up a little bit from the seasoning kind of working its way into the meat overnight. You may see a lot of liquid in the bottom of the pan. That's normal. You may also see that the meat gets a little bit of a pinker color depending how much salt you add and how long it sits on the turkey. That is all normal too. Okay, it's just part of the dry brining process. I'm going to take some of this moisture that came out of the turkey and actually add it to our drippings pan once we get it in the smoker here. So I cut up some carrots, celery, and onion that we're going to put under the turkey. I'm not going to use a water pan. I'm just going to use a dripping pan because I don't want too much moisture inside the smoking chamber. We're going to get enough just from the turkey itself, and we want to keep that skin nice and dry so we can get it crispy later. Okay, we got our drip pan in place. I'm going to get the turkey on now. If you got your vinyl gloves with the cloth liners underneath, it makes it a lot easier for moving this around, especially once it starts to get hot. So we're going to try to get this centered so it's not touching up against the sides of the smoker. Get it positioned right over the drip pan there. And then I'm going to take these drippings and pour them into our drip pan. But we're not going to add a lot of water to this pan here. That's going to be plenty. And then we'll get the smoker door closed and let it start smoking. Go easy with the amount of smoke you add to meats like fish, chicken, and turkey. These lighter, leaner meats tend to absorb a lot more smoke flavor a lot faster than heavier, fattier meats like beef and pork. So especially if it's your first time doing a turkey or a whole chicken or something, I would go with 1 or 2 loads of wood chips. If you decide after trying it that you want more smoke next time, that's great. You can add 3 loads, 4 loads, whatever you want. But if it's your first time doing it, I recommend going with 1 or 2. There's nothing worse than spending all day making a turkey or a chicken, then biting into it and it tastes like an ashtray because you did too much smoke. So it's very easy to over smoke something, so just be careful using an electric smoker the first time you're making a new type of food. The turkey's been in the electric smoker for about an hour. We added a second load of wood chips and that's pretty much died down at this point. Now I'm going to go ahead and put our thermometer in. Now normally when I'm putting an internal temperature probe in a turkey, if I'm doing it like on a pellet grill or in the oven, I like to come straight from the back and put it in like this. There's a cavity obviously in the turkey that you want to avoid right here. If your probe ends up in the cavity, you're not going to get the right temperature. So you want to make sure you're in the meat itself here. So normally I come in about this way with the probe into the turkey, but because we're in an electric smoker and we're a little short on space, I don't want the end of our meter here actually measures the ambient temperature as well, and I don't want that butting right up against the edge of the smoker. So instead, I'm going to kind of come at an angle today, and we want to just try to get far enough in that we're getting deep into the meat itself and not in the cavity. And we can always come back and adjust it if it seems like it's not right, but I want to get pretty far in there. The nice thing about the meter is that there's no wires or anything to mess with running through the top vent, all that stuff. So you basically just put the probe in and you're done. So it connects via Bluetooth to an app on your phone. So let's go ahead and get that set up now. So we're just going to set up our app here. You can see the internal temperature we're already reading at 86 degrees, ambient temperature about 100. It's going to come back up here. We had the door open for a little while. So we're going to do tap to set up cook. We're going to select poultry, and then we're going to click turkey. We're doing a whole turkey. And it tells you exactly what you need to bring it up to. So it's nice, you don't have to go Googling what your safe internal temperature should be. You can just use the app. So anyway, I really like using the meter. I'll put a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. But we're going to go ahead and we want start cook. And then it's going to take a little while, and then it's going to estimate how much longer based on the current internal temperature, what our ambient temperature is, how much longer the turkey is going to take to cook in the electric smoker here. The turkey's been in the electric smoker for about 2.5 hours now. We're up to an internal temperature of about 127 degrees. That's what the meter's reading. I spot checked in a few different areas with our ThermoPro instant thermometer as well. Some the smaller areas of the breast are up to about 135. The thighs right at about 127 as well. So unfortunately on most electric smokers, such as a Masterbuilt, we're capped out at 275 degrees for our maximum cooking temperature. So therefore we're gonna move it and finish it in the oven so that we can crank the heat up even higher to get our skin nice and crispy and the meat extra juicy. Now, technically you could leave the turkey right on the smoker and it'll stay cooking in the electric smoker obviously until it reaches 165 degrees. The problem with doing this is that yes, the meat will cook up to a safe temperature, but you're not going to have a very juicy turkey versus like a brisket or a pulled pork where there's a lot of intramuscular fat that runs throughout the meat, and then we let that meat run at 150, 160, 170 up to 200 degrees for hours and hours and hours to let that fat really render and make the meat juicy. We don't have that going on in a turkey. Most of the fat in a turkey is between the skin and the meat, okay? And if we never get it up to that high enough temperature, that fat won't render and the meat won't get juicy and the skin definitely won't get crispy. So if you take a look at our turkey here, the skin is drying out because it's been in the smoker cooking and we dry brined it and everything. That's what we want, but it's still very thick, okay? There's a lot of fat under the skin that needs to render. If we just let this keep going up to 165 and cut into it, the skin's not really gonna be too edible and the meat underneath is not gonna be as juicy as we want it because that fat won't have rendered and really basted the meat, especially in the legs and dark meat here. So what we're gonna do instead of letting it just run in the electric smoker is we're actually gonna finish it in our oven inside. Now you might be saying, okay, well, does that necessarily mean that I smoked my turkey? I think yes, because we added smoke flavor. We cooked it up to about 125, 130 degrees here, but now we're gonna finish it in the oven just so it's delicious, okay? So if you are making this on Thanksgiving or something and you don't have space in your oven, maybe you have another turkey going or you got a bunch of side dishes, you can do the same thing on your gas grill. You know, light 1 or 2 burners on high on your gas grill on one side, put the turkey on the other side so it's not right over the burners where it's gonna burn, but put it over on the other side, run it about 350, 400 degrees, just until that skin gets crispy and the internal temperature of your breast meat gets up to 165 degrees. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot better. You're still gonna have smoke flavor. You're still gonna have a smoked turkey that you primarily made in your electric smoker. So I dumped out our vegetables and drippings into a larger pan here, and I put the turkey in a V-rack to keep it up off the liquid so that the skin around the thighs stays nice and crispy too. The nice thing about the meter is we can just leave it in place. There's no cords or anything to mess with, so I can just keep monitoring it on my app here once we move it over to the oven. I got the oven preheated inside at 400 degrees. I'm gonna put it in, and then I'm gonna turn the temperature down to 325. So it's gonna start at 400 to really get that skin going. The reason I don't wanna leave it at 400 is because we have sugar in our rub, but you don't want to run meat too long way above 325 with a lot of sugar in it. So what I'm trying to do is get the skin crispy without burning any sugar in our rub. So we're going to start at 400, turn it down to 325. That oven will kind of come down, and hopefully we'll kind of hit it perfectly as far as getting the skin crispy without burning our rub. Once the breast of the turkey reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit and the thigh is at 170 degrees, you can remove the turkey from the oven to rest. The turkey took about another 45 minutes to come up to 160 degrees in the breast. We took it out. We're gonna let it rest here. It's gonna come up the rest of the way to 165, which is our final temperature for turkey. We wanna let it rest here for about 30 minutes at least before you go slicing into it. It's really hot on the inside. We wanna let those juices redistribute and that meat to settle down a little bit. If we slice into it right now, we're just gonna get juice everywhere and the meat won't be as tender for us. So you can see that we got a nice brown color on our turkey. The skin crisped up nicely. We got some good rendering here right under the skin. There's plenty of juice, and you're just not going to get this in an electric smoker taking it all the way up to temperature at 275. So like I said, that's why I like to finish it in the oven. You really get nice color, nice texture, and just a better turkey when you're done, and you still get the smoke flavor from having smoked it in the electric smoker to start. The turkey's rested for about 45 minutes now. We're gonna go ahead and carve it. If you want a full step-by-step instruction on how to carve a turkey from start to finish, make sure to check out our pellet grill turkey video. I'll put a link to it down in the description. It'll take you all the way through how to properly carve a turkey. We're gonna go ahead and get this carved up so we can give it a try. All right, we got the two breasts here. You can see that the meat's nice and juicy and tender. Our skin's still pretty crispy on the outside. We're gonna use our meat slicing knife. Want to go kind of against the grain. You know, you can see that the turkey meat runs this way, side to side. So we want to make sure we're cutting like this when we slice up the turkey. So we're gonna start on one end and just go a little bit at a time. You can see how tender and juicy that is. So you can see this turkey's just falling apart. That's where resting really comes into play. We're going to take a little piece. Really good smoke flavor, just enough. You can get that applewood smoke. It's enough for me. Like I said, you can do 3 or 4 loads if you want even more smoky flavor. I like just a little hint of smoke. And then the meat is just tender and falling apart. The skin's really well flavored. Just delicious turkey all around. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll also put a link to the full step-by-step recipe at madbackyard.com so you can print it out down in the description below. Thanks for watching.